What action is the Welsh Government taking to support the semiconductor industry in Newport West?
So the Welsh Government remains ambitious for the semiconductor sector in the south east of Wales. Just last week, the Welsh Government signed a declaration to join the European Semiconductor Regional Alliance. That alliance between European regional governments will promote growth, foster collaboration and develop strong value chain in the semiconductor industry.
Diolch, Prif Doug, and I'm glad to see that the Welsh Government are sincere in their support for this crucial industry and the substantial and talented workforce that it supports. And I'm really pleased to see last week that the Welsh Government has now joined that European Semiconductor Regional Alliance to support the sector's growth. Sadly, I can't say the same about the Conservative government in Westminster. Last week, we heard the devastating blow that over 100 jobs could be lost in my constituency at Nexperia. Combined with other announcements, it will amount to a 25% reduction in the Newport workforce. These losses are as a result of the direct actions and subsequent inactions of the Conservative ministers in London. Since the order of sale in November, I've been in constant conversations with these committed workers. Between them, they have hundreds of years of working in this sector, but they have yet to be treated well. Westminster has refused to engage with them. Westminster ministers have publicly undermined the cluster, and Westminster's lack of impetus over the sale has made job losses inevitable. First Minister, this is disgraceful. My constituents have been left out to dry. Please, can the Welsh Government do all it can to support these skilled workers? And crucially, can we also put as much pressure as possible on the completion of sale? Because with every passing month, the position becomes more untenable. The workforce and the cluster deserve so much better.
Well, Llywydd, this is a sad story and a bad story. It's a sad story for those people who now face themselves being put out of work, and it is a sad story because it need not have happened in this way. So here is the history briefly. Newport Wafer Fab acquisition was announced on the 5th of July 2021. It led to new investment in the plant. It led to new jobs being created in this very important industry in that part of Wales. It took the best part of 18 months before the UK government decided to block the takeover, a period in which there were a set of equivocal statements by the Prime Minister about the intentions of the UK government. Having issued a divestment instruction, the UK government has simply walked away. Now, let us assume for a moment that they had good reason for that decision. What they cannot possibly have thought of as reasonable is to put all those jobs at risk and then to act as though their decision had had nothing to do with what has happened since. And that is how they have acted. They have simply left the mess behind, and that is now being felt in that 100 jobs that will be lost at the site. There are some urgent things that need to happen. The judicial review has not even been listed for a hearing. That needs to be resolved, and then the sale of the company to a new investor needs to be expedited with the help of the UK government so that that factory can go on fulfilling its part in the emergence of that very important cluster in South East Wales. Fortunately, Llywydd, there are other opportunities. The member will know that KLA have significant expansion plans helped by the discussions they've had previously with the Minister for the Economy, and there are more discussions with other potential partners in the pipeline. We will do whatever we can, both to help the workers and to help the recovery of the premises. But we can't do it when the people who caused the problem have acted as though they had no responsibility for it at all.